Good morning. We are here with you in the Ring of Power from Bejala, Rina and Sami. And we're here during a meeting, a gathering that we have with one of our projects called From Dialogue to Action with Palestinians and Israelis. And it's a pleasure to be with you this morning.
Good morning. Yeah, and for the Ring of Power today, we've been wrestling with this question of failure. What does it mean to fail as a peace activist? As many people know around the world, in Palestine and Israel, we just went through another phase of a very, very deadly and violent war in this land. And it's not the first time that this has happened. And sadly, it might happen again. And part of what we have come to the realization is that as people who have been involved and working for peace and justice in this land for so many years, it's time for us to look at the mirror and ask, why have we failed? And to even use the word failure in what we have been doing. For me, I would say running an organization that has been seeking peace for over 25 years, I've really come to really ask myself, why haven't we achieved what we have set out to achieve? And failure for us, as we have been deeply engaging in this question, doesn't mean that we are failures. It may allow us to open up and questioning the strategies, the tactics, the things that we have been doing, and to ask what is the depth that we actually need to go into as activists in order to manifest new visions, new realities, and new strategies of engagement.
And looking at this question, we happen to resonate with that question. It's by chance part of our shared feelings from this latest round of violence and turmoil on this land. And personally, I've been working in this field for 18 years, bringing people together, Palestinians, Israelis, Jordanians. And I think it's clear and evident that even though we've created so many ripples, transformational experiences on the inner level, environmental projects, when it comes to the large picture, where this round of violence was possible yet again, and there was the peace camp or the cooperation camp, we'll say, did not have any political or enough political power to change even a tiny bit of what was happening. To me, that was a clear message that we need to seek new ways. This is not working. And it's not necessarily at the moment about, it's not in a self-beating place or blaming game of anything, but it's just a simple truth that what we've been doing hasn't been working. It's a clear and simple failure. And saying that from a place, personally, I can share that it brought me to a place of gestating in the darkness, what I call the sacred darkness of the void. It's clear that this is not working. The new has not been emerging yet, and as much as I love creating new systems and new knowledge and alternatives, for me that's not enough either. And right now, it's the quiets of the darkness of not knowing what is yet to come. And personally, I'm in a space where I'm listening to that darkness, not trying to fix it, not trying to make myself feel better, because a lot of the peace work, I feel, or a lot of activists, we do things that are there to make us feel better.
True. Yeah.
And we just, we call it prayer, we call it activism, whatever we do, but a lot of it has been part of what we can do in order to support the situation and feel like we've done something. We were standing in a demonstration, we were praying at the time, and that's what we could do. But what has it changed in the large picture? We might have never know, but I know it's time to look at this question deeply, to challenge it, to go into a deep contemplation. I call it like a political Ramadan or Yom Kippur or Lent, where we look innerly to how our personal structures have been contributing. Where have we been too comfortable in our peace work, in our activism? And how have I contributed to something really changing and where not? And to go much deeper in challenging myself first and foremost. And within this place, I also want to say that some people hear me speaking about it and they're like, you haven't failed, you've done so much. I'm like, don't try to make me feel good, it's all good. It's a positive thing to fail. It's a positive thing to look it in the eye and in this deep mirror and ask for change. And I call it also failing forward. It's here to show us that what we've been doing hasn't been working, and that's okay. That's part of how the world works in order to create new bodies of knowledge and information. And now it's about listening. And one more thing that I can share from this space of not knowing and embracing the darkness is that what I do feel still is our connection to the web of life, I'll call it, and trusting that and knowing, especially as a mother who gave life, that I know that a lot of new life comes from the complete darkness, the dark waters of the womb. And that's part of why I feel comfortable being in that place, patient.
Beautiful. And I'll add, and I think it's, to just add to what you said, I think one of the things to also look at as activists is what is our motivation as well. And one of the reasons why we have failed is because maybe we haven't found the right motivation. And many people, many activists are actually motivated by fear and motivated by remaining in the comfort space that you talked about. And so once we deeply tackle and really touch those wounds of our beings that keep us in fear, even as activists, and liberate ourselves from fear and move into love, move into unconditional love, sacrificial love even, for the sake of something much bigger than us, I think we will begin to see change there. But I think we're on the right path. And I think we encourage others to really go deep in this time, during this time, in this question of really looking into yourself and asking, what strategies, tactics, engagements have I really failed in, and to go deeper and find that which is new, connecting with land, connecting with darkness, connecting with nature, because as we all know, at the end of the day, all our answers are there.
Good morning. Have a beautiful day. Thank you for being with us.